Another question. This is going to switch gears on you. I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. A lot of people live in condo associations or live in a place where there's condo association or an HOA, a homeowners association. And the question is, do assessments have to be paid after filing for bankruptcy? Great question. This is going to be broken up between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. And I'm going to talk about whether you surrender the house or you don't surrender the house. In other words, you're keeping the house. In either bankruptcy, Chapter 7 or 13, if you're keeping the property and you want to continue living there, it's your homestead, you're renting it out, whatever, then obviously you've got to pay the HOA. No doubt about it. If you're keeping the property, you're gonna go ahead and pay the HOA, unless you can't afford it, and that's a different issue. But yeah, so if you're keeping the property, you got to keep it. I'm assuming that, although this question didn't ask for it, I'm assuming they're going to let the property go, and then they're wondering, do I have to keep paying the HOA or the condo association assessment? And the answer is, well, maybe, like everything else in the law. In a Chapter 7 case, if you're surrendering, let's say, an investment property, a condo in West Palm Beach you bought on speculation, on the day you file, any condo association dues are included in the bankruptcy. But the bankruptcy code says that you're responsible for those condo association fees afterwards, which to me is kind of ridiculous if you're surrendering the property. If there's no renter in there paying you, why should you be on the hook for this? Doesn't that impinge your fresh start? And the answer is yes, it clearly does. Clearly impinges your fresh start. But that's what the bankruptcy code says. This isn't a perfect law. In my opinion, this is a fatal flaw of the law. But now we got to deal with it. So what's my advice going to be? I'm going to tell that client to short sale that property. I'm not going to wait around till the bank gets to the foreclosure process. I want that property on the market and a short sale taking place as quickly as possible. Why? It protects my client. I don't want my client worrying in a year that they're going to get sued by the HOA. That's ridiculous. I don't want that to happen. What I want is finality. I want that property on the market. I don't care who buys it. I don't care if somebody gets a great deal. I don't care, because my client's debt has been discharged. It's gone. I want the HOA paid so that my client could sleep at night knowing, hey, this issue is wrapped up and gone. I don't have to worry about a lawsuit in 6 months or a year from the homeowners association or the condo association. Switch gears to Chapter 13. Here's where the problems. Same thing. They're going to surrender the property in Chapter 13. In Chapter 13, you got to remember, all disposable income has to go to pay the creditors. But if I'm doing all my disposable income to the creditors, how am I paying a condo association? But I'm required to under the code. Doesn't that seem like a dilemma? Yep. How is it going to be resolved? Don't know yet. I have an idea how it's going to be resolved, but I don't know yet, because I want to see rulings go up through the court system and see this is an inconsistency under the bankruptcy code, and it's going to need to be addressed, because the condo associations are hiring lawyers and they're saying, hey, we're not getting paid and we want our money. And I'm sitting there representing the debtor saying, we don't have anything for you, because I have a good faith requirement to contribute all my money to the creditors. So if you want to get paid, get your proof of claim in here, but don't sit back and say, well, the code says this, because I agree with you. I don't have a good answer for this, but I'm saying the bankruptcy court's a court of equity, and I can't see the bankruptcy court coming down on the side of the creditor saying my client's got to fork over money they don't have. They're already contributing all of their money to the plan. So where's this extra money going to come from? Good question. We'll see. We'll get back to you on that one, folks.